This is a forgotten Grimm fairy tale the world chose to forget, one that speaks quietly of bargains, hunger, and the danger of thinking yourself cleverer than hunger itself. Once there was a poor peasant who owned nothing but his labor and a single strip of land. The soil was hard, the seasons uncertain, and each year he wondered whether he would live to see the next harvest. His back was bent from work, yet his hands were empty. One day, as he stood beside his field, thinking how little strength he had left, a dark figure appeared at the edge of the earth. The stranger spoke smoothly and without haste. He offered help, and he asked for nothing but a share of what the land would give. The peasant knew at once who stood before him. Still, hunger has a way of dulling fear. He agreed to the bargain, for the devil promised that the field would be worked without effort and yield more than ever before. They struck their agreement plainly. For the coming year, the devil would take everything that grew above the ground. Whatever lay beneath the soil would belong to the peasant. The devil smiled, certain the matter was settled. When the time came to sow, the peasant planted turnips across the entire field. He worked silently, trusting the earth more than the promise he had made. The devil did not return until the harvest. When autumn arrived, the field stood green and full. The devil came to claim his share and cut away the tops with satisfaction. He gathered armfuls of leaves and stalks, while the peasant dug quietly beneath the soil. What the peasant pulled from the ground was thick and heavy. The turnips filled his basket, pale and solid, fit to keep a man alive through winter. The devil looked at his pile of greens and realized too late what he had taken. Anger darkened his face, but he said nothing. He declared that next year the bargain would be reversed. He would take what lay beneath the ground, and the peasant could keep what grew above it. The peasant agreed again without hesitation. He returned to his field and, when the time came, sowed wheat instead of roots. The seeds vanished into the soil, unseen and unnoticed. Months passed, and the field ripened under the sun. Golden heads of grain bent in the wind. When harvest came, the devil arrived early, eager to claim what he believed would finally be his due. The peasant cut the wheat and stacked it neatly. The devil dug furiously into the ground, tearing at the roots beneath the stalks. What he found was thin, dry, and worthless. The peasant gathered the grain, heavy and shining, enough to feed him and more besides. The devil stood over his empty hands, having claimed nothing but dirt and dead fibers. This time his fury could not be hidden. He cursed the earth, the field, and the man who had worked it. He accused the peasant of trickery, though the bargain had been honored exactly as spoken. The peasant answered calmly. He reminded the devil that each share had been chosen freely. Nothing had been taken that was not agreed upon. The words were simple, and they were true. The devil could find no fault in them. He had trusted the letter of the bargain and ignored the nature of the soil. His cleverness had turned against him. With nothing left to claim, the devil turned away. He left the field as he had found it, empty-handed and defeated, and did not return. The peasant was left alone with his land and his harvest. From that day on, the field yielded enough. The peasant lived by his work, not by bargains whispered in desperation. And the devil learned, at least for a time, that hunger can sharpen a poor man's wit more keenly than pride ever could.